Hello and welcome to today's Bitrix24 training on the Bitrix24 Copilot feature. Thank you very much for joining today. Okay, so let's just break down what we will go through in today's training session. So we'll go through a quick introduction to introduce ourselves. Then we will discuss what Bitrix24 Copilot actually is and how you can get value from the feature for your organization. We'll then look at where you can find the Bitrix24 Copilot feature within the Bitrix24 system. And then let's take a look at several examples of how you could use the Bitrix24 Copilot tool in your day-to-day usage of Bitrix24. And then we'll take a look at something slightly different, which is a solution called Omni AI, which is a chatbot solution that is powered by ChatGPT, which has been built by our team here at Interface. Okay, so let's just go through some introductions. So I'm Sam Connah. I'm sales manager here at Interface, and we are Bitrix24 Gold partners, and we're based here in the UK, in the US, and Hong Kong. And we offer a full range of services to assist you with Bitrix24. So starting off with pre-sale support, so we can evaluate your requirements and see if Bitrix is a good fit for what you're trying to achieve. If it is, we can then set up the system exactly how you need it to work. If you're interested in the self-hosted edition, we can provide you with our hosting service, and we also provide bespoke training and ongoing dedicated and proactive support to ensure you get the most possible value out of the Bitrix24 system. Okay, and let's just briefly cover, if you're coming to the training session today to see more about what Bitrix24 is as a whole, essentially Bitrix24 is a collaboration suite of well in excess of 35 different modules that you can use to help you to manage your business. And there are over 12 million customers now around the world that use the Bitrix24 system. And it's available in two different editions. So we have the Bitrix Cloud and we have the Bitrix24 self-hosted solution. And in terms of pricing, so prices start from around $49 per month for a cloud-based system. If you're interested in the self-hosted edition, that starts at $3,590 for a 12-month license. Okay, so today's training session is on Bitrix24 Copilot. So this is a really new and exciting feature that Bitrix24 has incorporated into the system just in the last few weeks. So this is really a brand new feature that you're going to be able to start using and gaining value from. But importantly, let's just discuss what is Bitrix24 Copilot before we go into the system and start looking at how that system works. Essentially, Bitrix24 Copilot is a Bitrix24 assistant, which works on AI technology. And specifically, that AI technology is ChatGPT version 3.5 Turbo. And it is built into many key areas of the Bitrix24 system. So you're not going to go into your Bitrix and see a module called Bitrix24 Copilot. It's not how this works. Essentially, the Bitrix24 Copilot, it's been built into many different modules within the Bitrix24 system. So in the next part of today's training session, we're going to have a look at where all of those different areas are, where we can use the Bitrix24 Copilot. And essentially, the Bitrix24 Copilot, it's been designed to assist you with a wide range of activities, ranging from creating posts inside the feed. It could be creating an email to send out from the CRM system. It could be transcribing phone calls. It could be summarizing information. So you've got a really high level view of a block of information. So there's a lot of different activities that can be used within the Copilot itself. And this is going to enable you to save time and then boost productivity. And what it will do is it will enable you, using that saved time, to then focus on other areas of your business. So that is a key aspect of the Bitrix24 Copilot feature. And as we kind of briefly mentioned there isn't a module here that you're going to go to use the Bitrix24 Copilot. what's really important in today's training session is for you to understand that Bitrix24 Copilot, it's available in many different areas of the Bitrix24 system. So first of all, Copilot is available in the feed, okay? And the feed is essentially your newsfeed area where you can see comments and post messages to the rest of your team. And you can use Copilot to help you to build out those messages that you're going to be communicating to the rest of your team. Or it can summarize information or reply on comments on a post for you. We also have Copilot available in the chat feature. So we have our own bespoke area for chats where you can then ask a question to Copilot and it's going to formulate a response for you to either to use in lots of areas of the system, or it could be maybe to spark some ideas to help you with a specific task that you're working on. And that then brings us on into tasks. So actually, when you're creating tasks, maybe inside a project, what we can do is we can use the Copilot feature directly inside the task page itself. So it can create detailed task descriptions for you. And based on that description, it can then automatically create a checklist within that task for you. So it can formulate there and save you significant amounts of time creating very comprehensive checklists. Within the CRM module, Copilot is really embedded into many areas of the CRM system, from formulating emails for you to send out to your clients. It can summarize blocks of information. Maybe we've had a meeting with our client, we've summarized and added all of the information from the meeting. Copilot can then take that information, put it into a list format for you, break that down into a high level so you've got all of that information easily accessible. And as I mentioned there, we can also transcribe phone calls. So if a phone call comes into the system, then the Copilot can transcribe that information and put that data into specific fields within the CRM card. We mentioned there about emails, so it can generate or also improve the tonality and the actual tone of the email. So you can customize how that email is going to be sent to the client in terms of that tonality. Maybe you want a more formal style, for example. Copilot can manage that tonality of an email. And if you're using the sites feature, it can create images and content that you then use when you're building out your landing pages inside the sites area. And that's what we're going to be focusing on today. It's also available inside the calendar. So if you're creating events and need to formulate a description for the events, Copilot can help you in there. And also, we're going to see it in a few additional areas moving forward, such as in the webmail module as well. So as you can see here, the Copilot feature is not within one area. It is in and being built into a huge variety of modules within the Bitrix24 system. So let's go over to our Bitrix24 system and let's just take a look at some of those areas in more detail. Okay, so first of all, inside our feed area, this essentially, if you're new to Bitrix, the feed area is where we can see all of the posts that we are associated with, so all of the communications and comments, really anything that is attributed to ourselves. You're going to see that inside your feed area, which is personalized for you. So it's almost like your very own newsfeed board within your Bitrix system. But if we're going to come into here, let's say within the messaging area, this is where you can create messages that you send out to your colleagues. We can see the Copilot feature here. So you can see, first of all, the Copilot feature there. You can click on that Copilot and start to describe what type of message you're going to be wanting to create. And then Copilot can enable that for you. So right now in this section, we're just showing you here where the Copilot is. And later on in the training session, we're going to be going through some real life examples to show you here how you can use these features. But one thing to point out as we're in the Copilot section here is when we're actually looking at the text, maybe we've created a post, then actually Copilot is broken down into several different categories that we can use. So for example here, if we have a message on the system here, we can analyze the text first of all. And then further down here, if we have that message, we can then modify the text as well. And further down here, you might want to change the tonality of the post that you're sending out. So here we can change the tone as well. So the Copilot is broken down into several different categories depending on the exact type of way you're wanting to use the Copilot feature. Okay, so that's the first area we can see Copilot. We've also mentioned how it's enabled inside chats. And we have a brand new area here where you can use the Copilot feature. So you can see here in the top right-hand corner, you can click on the icon there, and that will then open up the Copilot chat feature. So here you can see your Copilot tool. It's ready to suggest creative solutions. So if you maybe have a question, maybe you're looking to design a marketing campaign, if you're a marketer, then you could come into here and ask your Copilot a question. You already have some triggered comments here that you can use to start that conversation. But now inside here, we've created our new chat, and then you can start to ask your question inside here. And you'll also see all of your historic chats inside here. So everything gets saved, every new question that you're going to be asking to your Copilot, that's all saved inside the system here. So again, that's the second area we can see Copilot. So you're starting to see Copilot, as we mentioned, it's not one module. It's really built into the framework of Bitrix in all of the key and core areas of the system. If we go into our calendar, inside your calendar area, you can create events for maybe for yourselves and some colleagues. So I can add my colleagues into a specific event here. Okay. And within the Copilot feature here, what we have enabled is the description center. So essentially, as you're formulating a description for the event, then Copilot can help you inside the calendar. Okay, moving on to look inside tasks. This is a really nice feature. When we're inside our task area, if we wanted to create a new task, then what we can do is Copilot is enabled inside the system here when we're wanting to formulate a description for the task. And once you have formulated a description, we can then create a checklist within the task itself. So it's going to break down that description, look at what are the key elements of the task, and it's going to break that down into bite-sized chunks within a checklist for either you or the responsible person to then work their way through. Okay, so that's a look inside tasks and projects. We also have Copilot enabled inside the CRM, and Copilot is available in a lot of different areas of the CRM system. So first of all, if we come into one of our leads, and we're going to look at this in a live example shortly, what we can do is when an incoming call comes into the system, that call can be transcribed. So we can see a call that came in here for a brand new lead. We can see that transcript that has been enabled from the call. So it's transcribed the information, and it's also populated the information inside the fields here, inside the lead page. So that's one way we can use the Copilot feature. It can transcribe that call information, and then we can match that data and pull it into the fields inside the CRM system. One thing to point out, if you are wanting to use that transcribing feature on the phone calls, then inside the settings area here, you need to decide when it's going to enable that feature on your phone calls. As standard, it will automatically process it on the first incoming call from that phone number. Or you can configure the settings here. We've got it enabled for every incoming phone call, or you can process the call on the request by the user. So you can enable that request to be approved before it will do that Copilot transcribing and pulling of information. So that's one way that the Copilot is embedded into the CRM. Let's say if we go into one of our other entities, let's say if we go into deals as an example here, let's go into a deal that is being worked on right now. We also have the ability within the system here, inside our comment section, Copilot is enabled. So if we're maybe within a comment uploading information about the deal, maybe some requirements that we have just received, Copilot can then be used inside here again to analyze that text. It could be to modify information. Really popular within the CRM is to actually convert the information into a list format. A list format is a really nice and clear way to be able to analyze a large amount of information in a really nice simplified UI. So that's a really nice way you can use the Copilot feature. Or let's say if we're formulating an email that we're going to send out to the client, then we could use the Copilot feature directly inside the email section here to actually build out an email that we send out to the client. Okay, so that's a look into CRM. So lots of different areas within the CRM system that the Copilot feature is enabled. And if you use the sites and stores module, so the sites module is enabled to design landing pages, maybe for a marketing activity, as an example, then within the sites module here, then what we can do, let's say if we're going to add a new block in the system where we want to add some text, then inside here, we can use the AI feature. So inside here, if I wanted to, let's say if I wanted to add a new image, for example, to this site, then let's add a new image block into the system here. And let's go into edit here. And what we can then do is we could use the AI tool inside here to design out a new image that we add to the system. So if I go into, let's add a new image. And then inside here, when we go into our image gallery, we could then use the AI tool inside here. So if I describe the type of image that I'm looking for, okay, so let's say if I'm going to be, as a holiday book store, I want to have an image of the beach with the sunshine. So I want to show what it's like on the beach, really try and persuade people to book a holiday with us. It's now using my description. It's brought through images using AI that we could then use. So that's a great image there. And then let's use that one for our landing page. So there you can see how AI can be used inside the sites module as well. So there we've got our beach image, and that is now added to our landing page there. So again, another area where we can use the AI technology of Copilot. So that's a quick high-level look at the different ways we can use Copilot within Bitrix24. So as you can see, it really is embedded into a huge variety of areas of the Bitrix24 system, which is really important because AI technology for your organization could be used in so many different ways. So it's important that the Copilot feature is not specifically just say within the CRM system. Many businesses use tasks, so having it within tasks or having it within the chat feature to post comments, that can then be enabled and you can gain advantage of using this feature across many different areas of the Bitrix24 system. Okay, so now let's go back into the Bitrix system and let's go through some real life examples of how we could use the Copilot feature within some of those kind of key areas of the system. Okay, so let's go back into our Bitrix24 platform. And what we're going to do, first of all, we started off showing how we could use the AI technology inside the feed area. So let's say, for example, what I want to do inside here, I'm going to open up my Copilot and I want to actually write out a post to thank our team for their work in producing the Copilot training webinar. So I've got my message here and all I'm going to do is now click on enter. And now Copilot is going to build out a message that I can then post out to the team. Okay, so now we can see Copilot has put together a message that I can now send out to the team to thank them for their hard work. But actually what I want to do is, it's quite a long message there. So actually I want to make this a little shorter. Okay, so I'm just going to tell Copilot what I want it to do there. So I want it to formulate similar type of response, but it's broken it down and made it slightly shorter there. So I'm now going to save that inside here. So that's a really nice message that I can send out to the team. So I'm just going to update my name on the post. And let's give this, I've got the title there as well. So let's now add that into here. And now I'm going to send this to all of my employees in the system. So a post that would have taken me 10-15 minutes to think about, to type out, to formulate and check. The Copilot has managed that for me instantly inside the system. Okay. But further down here in the post, I have a colleague who's also actually put some information here about a conference that they attended recently. And so actually I can see the information here about the conference. But what actually I'd like to do inside here, I'd like to actually summarize the information that they've sent. There's quite a lot of information there. It's quite technical. So I'm going to use my Copilot tool to summarize the information on that post and formulate it in a way that I can easily understand. Okay, so that information is there, so I can understand exactly what the person has mentioned to me there. And now I can actually send them a compliment. I'm really happy and thank the author for the information. So we've got that post there that I can then send to the colleague. So let's tag our colleague in the post and then thank them. So there I can send and formulate answers and responses directly through the feed as well. So that's how we could use the Copilot feature within the feed itself. I've also mentioned how we can use it within the chat system as well. So we've seen a lot of businesses using the chat feature here, especially marketing organizations. So as an example here, if we're maybe inside, I'm a marketer and I need to design a new marketing strategy and campaign for our business, which is a furniture store. So I'm going to ask Copilot, I need some inspiration. So I'm going to ask Copilot to give me 10 ideas for a new marketing campaign for our furniture store. So now I've given the question and query to Copilot, and now Copilot is going to provide a really comprehensive and detailed answer that I can then use to help me with building out my marketing campaign strategy. Okay, and you can see above here, you also have some prompts as well that you can use. So Copilot is putting together a really comprehensive answer now that we can use for our campaigns. Okay, and there we go. Here are 10 marketing campaign ideas. So it's really thought through all of the ideas and it's personalized the information. So as we can see here, we might do a pop-up shop. Okay, so it's really thought about some really detailed answers that we could use. And actually, from here, I could then use this information and send that out to the team. And so let's just save this chat. So marketing, content, ideas. So that's one way we could use the chat feature to speak with our Copilot. But let's actually say as well, I'm actually looking to I have to manage the staff summer party that's coming up soon. So I need some ideas actually for how I could create an event for our staff summer party. So I'm going to ask the Copilot for some ideas for a staff summer party, and let's see what ideas it's going to come up with. So if you're looking for a way, if you're not maybe too creative, the Copilot can really give you some really useful ideas for many different types of activities. So here, for example, for a summer party. Okay, so it's giving me some ideas. Actually, I want something more formal. So I'm actually just going to say that to the Copilot. Okay, so let's now go through it and get some formal ideas. You can see it's really responsive here. So now it's giving me a lot more formal ideas here that I can use. Okay, and actually that the wine tasting event there, number 3, sounds a good option. So let's now, I like option 3, create me a post I can send to the team to invite them to the event. So not just providing me with ideas here, I'm now going to get the Copilot to create me a post specifically for option 3, the wine tasting event. So once you've got your information, you can use the Copilot to drill down to actually create a specific type of activity for you yourself. So now it's going to create me that post. And now I'm going to incorporate that post and put that into our feed that we've just been looking at. So I can send this event out to all of our staff. Okay, so there we go. It's now created the message and it's using exactly the event that I wanted, the wine tasting event. So I can now copy out that information, and then inside my feed area, I can now post this out to the team. So all I need to do is update some of the personal information here. Let's add the dates for when we need to RSVP. Okay, and there we go. So we have our topic. So again, there we go. I've managed to spark using Copilot the event for the summit for the team, and it's also then created the post for me that I can then use to send and invite people into our event. So there you go. That's another great example of how we can use the Copilot feature. So we've also mentioned how we can use the Copilot feature within the CRM system. Okay, and we've seen how within the CRM, there's lots of different areas that we can use the Copilot feature. So one of the ways we can use the Copilot feature is using the call transcribing tool. So if you have a number integrated with the Bitrix24 system, that call can then be logged inside Bitrix, and then we can have that call transcribed using the Copilot feature. So what we're going to show here is how when an inbound call comes into the system, we can use that and transcribe the call and generate a lead inside the system. So we can see here, somebody's calling into our Bitrix. So let's answer this call. Hi there, how can I help?
Hi, I'm looking for a new CRM system for my team.
Okay, great. Yeah. Okay. How many users do you need on the system?
Yeah, so it's going to be 50 users on this.
50 users. Okay, great. And can I just get the name of the company?
Yeah, my name's Michael, and my company is Awesome Printers Incorporated.
Great. Hi, Michael. Okay, yeah. So you need 50 users, and are you looking at, is it a cloud or an on-premise edition?
I think we'd be better off with a cloud.
Okay, on a cloud. That's absolutely fine. No problem at all. Okay, thank you for the call. One of our team will be in touch to move your inquiry forward.
Great.
Great. Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, so we've just seen there, we have just had an inbound call come into the system. And what we'll then see is that call will then be logged inside the Bitrix24 CRM. Okay, so we can just see today that that call has automatically created a brand new lead inside the CRM system. If we go into the CRM, then what we can see is that call has automatically been transcribed. So we can see here in Copilot, the phone call that has just come into the system, okay? It has taken the information. So the client said they had 50 users they would need on the system. The Copilot has taken that information and put it into the fields here. It's taken that they need a CRM system, and they're looking for a cloud-based edition of Bitrix. So it's taken the information from the phone call and put it into specific fields inside the CRM itself. And we also have the ability to see all of the call transcribing inside the system here. So if we go into another record that call is just currently being transcribed, you're able to see the entire transcribe of that call as well. So if we come into the transcribe area, you can see all of the call transcribed inside the system. Okay, so that is another great way of how we could use the Copilot feature within the CRM system. But also, let's say if we've just had a meeting with our clients who we're working on a deal opportunity with, then what we can do is we can come into our Bitrix24 system. And within here, what we can do is if we go into one of the deals that we're working on, we might want to add some notes into the system here. So let's say if we need to summarize our meeting that we have just had with our clients, then what we can do is we can add our notes into the system here. So let's go into our comment section and store our latest conversation that we've had with our client. But actually, I can highlight this information, open up my Copilot, and what I can do is if I've got a block of information here, I can convert that into a text. So it can break down that information. And in terms of a UI now, it's a really clean and simplified way for me to view that information. So let's replace that text inside the system here. And now I'm going to save that information. So that is now using Copilot. It's simplified the information for me inside the system there. And I can then use that and easily interpret the information for my future use within that deal card. So you can see within the CRM, from call transcribing to storing information here about our, say, a client's requirements. Or let's say if I go into the CRM system, maybe if I've finished my meeting and I'm now going to go over to my email. Then what I can do is if I add the notes from my meeting here, I'm going to open my Copilot and write out an email. Okay, so that's now Copilot is going to update and make the email communication for my message to Joe. Okay, so you can see now that has updated. We've now got the email communication that has been sent out here. So let's now set the subject. I can add that into the message here and let's save that information. So let's now add that email. So it's now designed out the email exactly how I need it to show for Joe. And then I can send that email out directly inside the system here. Okay, so all I need to do is update my details here. And then the information is already embedded into the system. I can just remove the subject as we've already saved that inside our email there. And then I can send that straight out to the client. So you can see how the Copilot can be used in so many different ways within the Bitrix24 CRM. And then moving on to look at tasks and projects. So we've already confirmed how we can use the task feature inside Bitrix24. So what we can do is if we are creating our messages or descriptions essentially within the task, then what we can do is we can use Copilot to actually make the description for us. So let's say inside the system here, let's go and add our corporate event task. So I'm going to add some content here about the task. So we're going to be on February the 10th, organizing a corporate event for one of our clients. So I've got some information here about the task. And what I can do, first of all, using Copilot is I can let's actually make this text a bit better. Let's improve the text, make it a bit more friendly and a warmer tone. So I'm going to use Copilot here to improve the information that we have on our description of the task. And then once that's been completed here, there we go. So that's a detailed response about the information. And then what we can do is I could use this information here to then create a checklist. Okay. So we can create the checklist button here, and it's now going to create a checklist with all of the information. So here we need to find the perfect venue for all of these different types of characters. And then we have that checklist has been set up and managed inside the task. And then I can add that task into the system. So as we can see there, using Copilot, it has been built into a huge variety of areas of the Bitrix24 system. Okay. And what we can also show you today is another type of AI tool, which is called Omni AI. And Omni AI is a chatbot system that is powered by ChatGPT. And this has been developed by our team here at Interface. And just to give you, first of all, some more information about Omni AI. So Omni AI, it is, as I say, a chatbot solution powered by ChatGPT. So it can understand requests in natural languages and then provide human-like answers to any questions. And what we can do is we can configure how the bot works to make the responses suit the needs and fits of the culture of your business. So let's say if Omni AI is on a customer-facing website, we might want it to have a really warm and friendly tone for how it answers those questions. Or if Omni AI is going to be used internally, maybe by a support team, we could have a more formal style for how it answers those technical support questions. And with Omni AI, whereas we've seen with Copilot within Bitrix, that's more of an internal tool. With our Omni AI system, this can be used on the front end of customer-facing sites, so it can be used externally. And we can train the Omni AI on different data sources. So we can train it using website data, first of all, so it can take all of the information from your website and train itself. And we can also upload PDF documents, such as technical support, or it could be sales or FAQ documents that we can upload into the Omni AI. So really importantly, you control the data that Omni AI is learning it on. It's not going to take information from across the internet. You're using very accurate data that you control, that it will learn from. So then it can provide very comprehensive and highly relevant answers to any questions that are asked to the chatbot. Okay, so that is a little bit of information there about how we can train Omni AI, and instead we can integrate the chatbot's interface onto public websites or private intranets using a simple snippet of code. And there's options to either have a full chat form, or we could have a pop-out widget as well. So let's go over to just to show you a few examples here of Omni AI. So here we've got Omni AI as a full chat page on a website. What we can also do is if we go to here, we've got a bookstore, we can see Omni AI is displayed here in a pop-out widget as well. So if you're a new customer coming to this website, you could use the Omni AI to actually get highly relevant responses to any questions that you want to ask. So in this example here, this Omni AI chatbot, this is called BookBot. It has been trained using a famous bookstore's website. And so within the brain of Omni, it's using all of that book product information and store information that it will be able to formulate answers for. And what I am here is a potential customer. So I'm looking to purchase a present for a friend. So I'm looking to purchase a book for them. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask the Omni AI for some recommendations for a book for a friend's birthday. So let's ask Omni AI a question here. So you can see Omni AI is already working through that question and it's come back with a response really fast. And you can see the tonality in how Omni AI has responded. It's a really warm and friendly tone for how it's answered that question because we've customized the tonality of the Omni AI bot here. What's really important here is Omni is asking some additional questions. It's asking about the interests and hobbies of the person. And so what Omni's realized is it doesn't have enough information about the person we're looking to purchase for. So it's asking for that additional information, the additional attributes that it can use to then build out relevant product recommendations. So let's add some additional information about the person we're looking to purchase for. And now Omni is going to be able to use those attributes and go through all of that product data that it's been learning from to provide a comprehensive and tailored response for the customer. And so we can see there, using those attributes, it's brought through a really comprehensive answer. And it also, those recommendations, it's then linking to that information on the website. So it can really help with the whole product journey inside the system here. But let's actually, if I want to go to my local store, I want to see these books in person, then I'm going to ask for where my local store is. And now Omni is going to provide that information. So in this example here, Omni AI is really helping in providing a tailored sales support response. So it's brought through tailored recommendations, linking to the website where I can purchase. And it's also brought through information about my local store that I can visit. What we could also do with Omni AI is we could have a callback request feature. So actually, if I still want to speak to a human, we could fill in our form here, and that could generate a brand new lead inside the Bitrix24 CRM for the sales team to action and process. Okay, so that's just one example of how we can use our Omni AI system, a chatbot powered by ChatGPT, to free up time for your internal team and really provide a comprehensive approach for can be sales support or customer service support in these examples as well. So that's a look at another type of AI technology in today's training session. And if you do have any other questions here about Omni AI, then please do visit our website, which is omni.ai, and there's a lot more information about our chatbot solutions that you can view. Okay, and that brings us to an end of today's Bitrix24 Copilot training session. So we've seen today how we can use Copilot in many different areas of the Bitrix24 system, and really importantly, how it is really becoming a fundamental framework within Bitrix24. It can be used for many different types of day-to-day activities, whether looking for creative ideas, whether it's summarizing information or transcribing phone calls, formulating emails. It really is going to save a huge amount of time for your staff inside Bitrix24. And one last thing to point out is if we go back into our Bitrix24 system, if we go into our settings area, within here, please want to point out we have our Copilot Preference Center. So if maybe there is an area within Bitrix you don't want the Copilot to be enabled, you can come into here and control. You might want to turn it off, for example, in tasks or on sites. You can, with it as an administrator, come into the settings here and customize where within your Bitrix24 system you would like Copilot enabled. Okay, if you have any other questions about the Bitrix24 Copilot or our Omni AI chatbot solution or anything to do with AI, our team will be happy to help you. Please do contact us, sales@interface.com, and we'll be happy to arrange a call to discuss your questions in more detail. Thank you very much for your time today. Bye for now.